What's up, grinders? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the day one of the Chinese challenge. Okay, you've probably all been sitting there waiting for me to do something about this because I announced it, I think, a couple of days ago, but this is how it's going to happen, okay? So basically, as you guys know, I drop regular updates on my Dreaming Spanish journey. Now that generally happens every 2.5 to 3 weeks. My plan is the immediate day after I drop that update, I'm going to drop an update on my Chinese. That's right. So you can expect literally 2 videos, one straight after the other. Spanish, then Mandarin Chinese. But what am I going to do? Like, obviously I'm not just going to be sitting here watching content like, you know, what I do with Dreaming Spanish. No, this is going to be an output challenge. So I'm going to massively work at improving my output in Mandarin Chinese around specific topics. So for the first, I guess, few videos, the topic I will be focused on and speaking about will be Esperanto. Now, there's a number of reasons why I chose this, but generally it's just, you know, it's one of the things that I love. It's a language that I first learned and I'm really good at it. And I feel like I should probably know how to talk about that a little bit in Mandarin Chinese because realistically, I can't. Like, I've never really spoken about it. I've never had a real need to. So that probably leads you to the question of, okay then, Evildea, what can you speak about? Well, generally, you know, things that I would need to use in my daily life. So my mother-in-law doesn't speak English, so I need to be able to communicate to her, you know, my desires, my wants, you know, my plans, stuff like that. Maybe what I did that day. And then occasionally there's like a secret language a little bit with my wife. But realistically, just watching video games, that's kind of what I do. And I haven't had a real need for this language beyond like those 3 edge cases within life, I guess. So if I need to talk about everyday things, I seem pretty fluent. Like I could say, for example, 妈妈今天晚上我想吃大盘鸡你可以给我做吗? Or I could be like, 今天晚上我跟我的朋友一起去看电影. You know, these types of things. So I like, for those who don't understand Mandarin Chinese, I was just saying, you know, Mum, tonight, can you make me, you know, one of my favorite dishes? And then, or I was also giving an example, you know, tonight I'm going to go watch a movie with my friend. You know, these simple phrases, which I've repeated enough times before in the past that I can generally, you know, get these out without even really thinking about it. But beyond that, never really had a need to go into any form of depth apart from maybe, you know, a party trick here or there. So, how it's going to work. Here it comes, okay? In this video, I'm going to talk about Esperanto. For the first time, I'm going to raw dog this shit. I have no idea how this is going to go. I'm assuming it's going to go really bad because I'm probably going to lack a massive amount of words to even express what I want to talk about. But that's cool. That's going to act as a baseline, okay? So we're going to use whatever comes out of my mouth in this video as a baseline, and then 2.5, 3 weeks when the next DS video, Dreaming Spanish video comes out, the next day, boom, I'm going to start speaking about the exact same topic again, but this time, obviously, what am I saying but this time? The exact same topic again in Chinese. Now, the idea is here, over the next 2.5 to 3 weeks, I will be practicing talking about this every day, looking up words, looking up structures, you know, figuring out what I need to be able to say about this, but I'm not going to be memorizing a script. Instead, I'm just going to sit here talking about it, okay? And then looking up how to say things that I don't know how to say, and then just the next day talking about it. And I'm sure I might take a different direction on it. And then 2.5, 3 weeks from now, boom, I will just sit down, speak with you guys, and you should be able to compare, you know, today's segment with whatever it is in 2.5 weeks. Now, I'm assuming it's not going to be that great. Like, it'll probably be a lot better than now, or whatever I do in the next few minutes, but, like, it's probably still not going to be that great. I'm still not going to go into that far in depth. But then again, in 2.5 weeks after that, or 3 weeks, whatever, I'm going to do it again. And I'm going to keep doing it until I get goddamn good at it, okay? And once I'm goddamn good at it, we're going to pick a different topic, and then we're going to do the exact same thing. Now, the idea is the more topics I do, the more my language abilities to, you know, output should expand, and therefore each topic will need less time to basically get good at talking about. And then eventually, once I get to the point where I can basically, you know, talk about a topic with very little practice, maybe a day or two, boom, that's when we launch the Chinese channel and I can start doing Chinese over there. So that's the plan. Now I have to do the baseline, okay? So I'm going to talk in Mandarin Chinese right now, and this is actually terrifying for me because I'm going to talk about something I just don't talk about, and I know this is going to be bad, okay? So just be aware. Let's go, okay? And I'm not going to do any cuts or anything like that, just so you guys know, okay? I don't know why. I feel like I have to take my friggin' hood off for this one, like to, you know, give my brain room or something. Okay, let's go. 大家好，欢迎来到这个新的视频。在这个视频里，我想讨论我最喜欢的爱好。我知道大部分的你们可能已经知道我最喜欢的爱好是什么。我觉得我不需要告诉你们，它就是世界语。可能一些人他们不知道世界语是什么，世界语是一门语言，但是这个语言很特别。因为它是一种人造语言，意思是很久以前有一个人，他是一位波兰人，他发现了在他的城市里有很多的讲不同的语言的人，他发现了因为他们不能沟通，他们总是打架，所以他觉得我需要创造一门语言，我不知道他以后做什么。他创造了那门语言以后，他怎么说 publish？但是他 publish 一本书，那本书它的名字是 La Nuova Libro， 意思是第一个书，可能是第一个书，第一本书，第一本书，那是很久以前，是1887年。可能你现在觉得 Evildea， 你为什么想学习一门人造的语言？我也不知道。我觉得，因为15年以前，我在澳大利亚部队服役。那时候我有很多的时间，我很空，我住在一个很远的地方，我没有很多的朋友，我没有女朋友，所以我觉得，现在我想学习一个新的东西，所以我觉得，我想学习一门语言。第一次我想学的语言是法语，但是开始学习法语以后，我发现了这门语言它的语法很奇怪，它的发音也很奇怪。其实所有它的东西很奇怪。以后我觉得我想现在学习我想学习一门容易学的语言，所以我去 Google 开始怎么说 search， 我知道 search 是什么但是我现在不能说出来，我觉得是没关系I started searching， 以后我发现了有一门语言，但是这门语言它是人造的，这个很奇怪。但是这个因为那时候我读一章文章，那个文章说这门语言很容易学会，所以我觉得如果我不能学会最容易的语言，当然我不能学会其他的语言，所以我开始学习。现在是很多年以后，现在我会说这门语言这个很难说。为什么我喜欢这门语言？我喜欢它，因为它很奇怪，它也让我知道我能学会一门语言。它的语法很逻辑，它的发音，我觉得，不是那么容易，但是我会。还有，我觉得最大的地方是，学习这门语言以后，我开始交了很多的朋友。这些朋友他们让我知道我想继续学习这门语言。好的， Yeah, there's probably, I could probably keep going and, you know, saying basic sentences and stuff about this language, but I'm struggling. Like, I want to talk about the grammar and stuff like that, but I just realized I just don't have the words for it. Like, I wanted to talk about, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to practice. I'm going to practice, like, talking about the structure and maybe the story about how I came to discover this language. Yeah, I think that's what I'm probably going to do. Now, in the next video, which will be in 2.5, 3 weeks, you're going to hear me make the same speech again. It may actually be a completely different speech, because the point's not for me to memorize a speech. The point is for me to be able to just, you know, randomly talk about this topic using what I know at that time. And I will also, at that time, show you exactly what I've done. So I'm going to record everything. I'm going to record, you know, how much time I spent on Anki, how I worked with Anki, because Anki's going to be my main tool, guys. And yeah, just give you a good rundown of it. Anyway, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is going to be the start of a new era, and this will be, I guess, the first actual video in my new series called The Grind.